Should I do the intro?
Do the intro.
Welcome to Kaijudo 24/7. I'm Steve Ferry and this is Jera. We're doing this real quick. Let's do this.
All right. We're going to start doing rolling reviews of cards as they're spoiled for the next set. We don't have any actual...
I'm sorry. I was way out of line there.
It's very enthusiastic. We're going to do rolling reviews, so as they spoil new cards from the next set, Shattered Alliances, we'll be giving you our thoughts on each of the cards, and then we'll give you a full set review once we figure out what the full set is. But they seem to be slow rolling the set spoilers, which is whatever, cool. Makes it fun to open packs, I guess, if you don't look at a full spoiler beforehand.
So much more difficult for us to brew.
Way more difficult. So all these cards we're reviewing today are going to be promos of some sort. So you'll have to play in events at your locals to get your hands on them or purchase them on eBay. But ideally, hopefully you're going to your locals and showing up and supporting your local stores and playing some games. So the first card we're looking at today is Veilstalker. Veilstalker is our 6-drop, 6,000 guy, double breaker. And when he enters play, what he does for us is he makes our opponent shuffle up their hand or put their hand face down and assign numbers on a dice and randomly discard one of those cards. And if they so happen to discard a level 3 or less card, you get to draw a card.
Neat.
Thoughts?
I think this card blows. Right now, maybe with the new set, it gets a lot of support, but yes, the random card is good. Yes, it's a double breaker. Yes, it could potentially draw you a card. But at 6 to potentially draw a card at 3, those decks probably already got their 3 drops out. Monozoned, they're not going to be sandbagging them. I don't know too many cards that I would sandbag on my opponent that cost 3.
Yeah, current meta, you're going to use your Mesmerize as soon as you get to 3 because it's just that good. I don't know why you would hold on to a Nyx or a Lux or a Umbra.
You could just be bad.
Just be bad, I guess. Like maybe Mega Bugs. If you're playing against a good Mega Bug player, they only have one bug. For some reason, you didn't tell any Mesmerizes, so they kept it in hand, figuring it was safe in hand. Then it was in board, and then you stuck the 6-drop before they.
That's just way too situational.
It's just so much there.
It's also when I judge a card, I look at what's available to me in the current meta game at its mana cost. 6, it's fighting for a lot of spots with Lyra, Razorkinder Puppet. Is Razorkinder Puppet the one that kills things?
Razorkinder is the one that kills things, yeah.
Okay. The other puppet that discards things. Those cards are just way better in those colors. And if you're really, really stressing for a discard effect, the puppet's just 1,000 times better. I don't care if it's double breaker. I don't care if it's 6,000. I could play a 6-drop double breaker, anything. But really, the discard effect is what you want. I get that it's random, but you are controlling the game, and you gain all that information of what's in their hand. I mean, think of it this way, this play scenario. I know Death Smoke isn't seeing a lot of play, but if you cast it, you could randomly get the Death Smoke, or just cast the puppet and get the Death Smoke, even though they probably won't Death Smoke it anyways. But
yeah, the biggest thing for me is that in those colors, the lists you're seeing played right now are control style lists. And playing a card that has double breaker in a control list, you're not necessarily going to be trying to push that aggressiveness. So having the double breaker on the 6-drop body in those colors, it's just like a puppet will break a shield just as easy. Yeah, the puppet can die in combat a lot easier, but the style of play that card lends itself to, the double breaker is just kind of a toss on, and you'd rather have the puppet at that spot if you're playing control to pick that problem card out of the hand. So.
And for the mid-range decks, it's going to be the top of your curve anyways, and
yeah, my thoughts on like where it could fit is maybe like a mid-range aggro deck with those colors, because it's at 6, you drop it, it's going to double break the next turn, and you pick a card at random, which is good. And if it draws you a card, Christmas land. But then you have that 6-drop that got you value by randomly picking a card out. that can swing the next turn.
Yep.
So.
It doesn't have a lot of support right now, but maybe with the new set coming out,
Yeah,
it could see some play.
Right, yeah. I don't see us being completely wrong. I don't see us like randomly being a sleeper card. That's a promo.
It's not something I'd build a deck around either.
People will try.
People will
You could try. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what kind of support we're getting for those.
Even just saying right now, I probably wouldn't build a deck, go out of my way to build a deck.
No, I don't think I would. It's not a dragon.
Oh, Dragon Strike.
So the next card that we have spoiled so far is Bakar Frostwing. I have no idea how to say the first part.
Could be Bakar.
Baker?
Baker. Baking the goods.
Baking the goods.
Baking the Nutter Butters.
Baking the Nutter Butters. He's a 8-drop, 11,000, double breaker. He has this ability that cannot be blocked by creatures that are smaller than him. And if he wins a battle, you get to draw 2 cards. Thoughts?
This card is kind of mediocre to me. It's good. It has a lot of pros. It has a lot of cons. I think this is going to be a good card. It'll probably find a home in something. Maybe a saber blue deck, as we've been calling them. It does have a lot of potential. Being that it's a dragon, it's got a lot of room for play. It could fit into something. A current archetype.
Yeah, I mean, currently in the current meta, you could play it in a saber list because it wouldn't be unrealistic to turn 3 the Razorheart and get a swing in, or turn 4 the Beast can. I never remember that dude's name. He comes into play and he gets you a mana ramp off the top of your deck, and then turn 5 Mana Storm, and then turn 6 Baker Frostwing.
That's pretty narrow.
It's pretty, but the narrowest part of that play is the Mana Storm on the turn 5.
I think it just makes Nyx that much more threatening.
Yeah, if you stick him with the Nyx in play, even if they happen to have the removal in hand for him, the Death Smoke, which isn't seen a lot of play, I don't think right now.
He's a great finisher. The card draw might be relevant sometimes. I mean, it's weird. If it does hit a creature, you shouldn't really take the card draw too much into consideration with it, because your opponent's just not going to attack.
Yeah.
Unless they can win, because they don't. I personally wouldn't want to give you an Ancestral Recall a turn by destroying my creature and drawing 2.
Right. That's just
netting me. Yeah, netting me 3 cards. But this is a card. I don't know what else to compare it to. King Nephthys draws cards. He doesn't have Double Breaker. He's kind of weak.
Well, no, Nephthys is the Shroud guy.
Oh yeah,
Orion.
I forget.
One of the
It's
lines.
late.
Yeah, I know.
I've been working all day.
But I think this probably could find a home alongside Lapidos and Lapidos control. You're already trying to play tap down effects so you can get your Lapidos off. He just gives you more options. Lapidos control right now, the issue is if you don't see the Lapidos, then you're kind of just sandbagging stuff. Yeah, and you hope they don't get you. And so I think that's probably where he'll try it. He'll fit the best right now.
Yep. I don't think it's a card that really demands a new archetype to be built around it. It's a good card.
Yeah.
It has potential.
Yeah.
But other than that, we'll start playing with it to see.
Yeah, I think he might be like in the league of like Issel and Orion. Like they're good, but they're not. You're not going to build around them exclusively. Like Orion, you could build around, but cool. Alrighty, and last from our 3 cards that we know so far as of recording this video, Nekros Nightmare Bloom. He's our 6-drop 3,000. When he enters play, you return a creature card from your discard pile to your hand, and then you can take a creature that is level 5 or less that isn't an evolution from your hand and put it into play. Thoughts?
This thing's amazing. It has so much potential. This is something that could bring Saberbolt back. The value you gain off of it is insane. It's dumb good.
Yeah,
Free spells are amazing.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that
it's usually never going to whip either.
It separates the recursion clause from the putting it, like, it could read, when this guy enters play, take a level 5 or less creature from your graveyard and return it to play. but it doesn't. What it does is it recurs a creature, which could whiff, and then if you have a 5-drop in your hand, boom, there he goes. Or the other way around, this could hit, and then it'll fuel that for hitting. Or this will hit, but it's too big, and this will whiff, but you just got juice back from your yard. I don't see this. Very rarely will this hit play on turn 6 and not do anything for you.
Yeah, it's going to always do something. I mean, it doesn't have Double Breaker. It doesn't have a lot of the other cool abilities.
Yeah.
Like, it's weak to 6 for 3,000.
Yeah. So the kind of, if you're playing like a really aggressive list and you're trying to fit it into that kind of thing, then it probably isn't going to perform very well at the 6th spot compared to something that has Double Breaker or has a bigger solid impact on the game state. But it's just the value that can be had from it, that you will get from it, is worth.
Also, it really makes come into play effect creatures a lot better. Like Fumes, I mean, he's seen Fringe play. He's a good card. 4 for 2,000 is ugh. But you're really playing him for the effect. Comes into play, affects the game early, screws up your opponent's mana decision if you go first. Between Mesmerize, Fumes, and then if they Shield Blast or Bone Blades or attack back into the Fumes, you can play this guy and still gain a tremendous amount of value. A lot of the other come into play creatures that are 5 and less.
Mm-hmm. And I get, like, in a pinch, I guess he gets back Squeakies. Scardor
Yep.
was a Gloom Hollow, so I mean,
there's a lot of potential to this card.
and this of the ones that we've been spoiled so far, I think this one is definitely the one that can be really built around. You can go a lot of different ways, given the color combination and what the current meta, what's being played.
I've had here, huh?
So yeah, I think this guy has the most potential to be built around and can fit in a lot of different strategies that exist right now.
I know Saberbolt's been kind of taking a dip in popularity and
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, there's some brews running around right now. We mentioned that it would fit in like a Saber Blue list, and that's something that you've been kind of brewing up. And I think I saw someone on the Dojo page on Facebook mention something about the Sabertooth evolution line and the Cyberlord evolution line, and just kind of marrying the two.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So
We don't want to spoil any secrets yet until he wins Seattle.
So
That could be what he's playing.
So there's a lot of options for this guy. Yeah, so those are the thoughts on the 3 that we have spoiled so far. If you agree and think that what we thought was potentially good is potentially good, then go ahead and comment and be like, yeah, good call, good call. And but if you totally disagree and you're like, wow, you're dumb. That 6-drop Veilstalker dude, amazing.
Redefine the meta.
Yeah, then let us know. Let us know.
That could be
give us your reasons. Otherwise, we're always looking for suggestions. If there's something that you think could be better in the videos that we're putting out here, let us know.
Like more hat throwing.
Like more hat throwing.
We could both throw hats. That could be a thing weekly.
It could be a thing weekly.
It's not gonna.
Let us know. Give us a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. This is Kaijudo 247. I'm Jera.
I'm Steve.